Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Courtney Ryan, and many men wonder how women behave around guys that they find attractive. The truth is, while every woman is different, there are some clear patterns that tend to show up when women are around a guy that they find attractive. Some of these signs are subtle, while others are more obvious. So, if you've ever been unsure if a woman is into you or thinks that you're attractive, understanding these behaviors can give you a better idea of where you stand. So, let's break down some of the most common ways that women act around attractive men and what each sign really means. Number one is she becomes more aware of her appearance. I think one of the most common ways that a woman will react to an attractive man is by becoming more conscious of how she looks. This could mean fixing her hair, adjusting her clothes, or even subtly reapplying her lip gloss. A woman who wasn't paying much attention to her appearance before might suddenly sit up a little bit straighter, smooth out her outfit, or check her reflection in a nearby window. This isn't always a dramatic change necessarily, and I think this is why it goes unnoticed. Sometimes it's as simple as tucking her hair behind her ear or adjusting her jewelry. This is called preening, and it's usually subconscious, but it happens because she wants to present the very best version of herself to someone that she finds attractive. However, it's important to note that this doesn't necessarily mean that she's doing it for you specifically. Some women are naturally a little bit self-conscious, but if you notice her making these small adjustments right after you enter the conversation, it could be a sign that she's interested or that she thinks you're handsome. Number two is her energy shifts. Women tend to react to attraction in two distinct ways. One is either they become a little bit nervous and fidgety, or they become more engaged and more confident. The nervous reaction usually includes things like playing with her hair, fiddling with her jewelry, or even stumbling over her words. She might laugh more than usual or struggle to keep eye contact with you. On the other hand, some women turn up their social energy when they're around someone that they find attractive. So instead of getting nervous, they become extra engaged in the conversation. They ask you more questions and they maintain strong eye contact. Confident women in particular might use humor or teasing you as a way to interact, making the conversation feel a lot more playful. But either way, if you notice a significant shift in her behavior when you're around, there's a good chance that she's feeling something, whether that's nerves, excitement, or attraction. Number three is her friends suddenly pay attention to you. A woman's friends can be a major giveaway when it comes to figuring out if she's interested. If her friends are suddenly glancing at you, whispering to each other, or smiling when you're around, they probably know something that you don't. Women talk about the guys they like, and their friends will usually pick up on it before you do. If her friends are teasing her, encouraging her to talk to you, or making extra space for you to sit near her, there's a good chance that they're aware that she has a crush on you or just thinks that you're cute. If you're unsure about how she feels, observing her friend's behavior can give you some extra insight into what is really going on. Next, number four, she asks personal questions. When a woman is interested in a man, she naturally wants to know more about him. Instead of sticking to small talk, she might ask deeper, more personal questions. She might bring up topics like your goals, your passions, or even your childhood. This is a clear sign of attraction because it shows that she wants to understand who you are beyond surface level looks. A woman who isn't interested will tend to keep the conversation pretty light and surface level and won't go out of her way to dig any deeper. If she remembers details from previous conversations and brings them up later, that's an even stronger indicator. It means she not only paid attention but also valued what you shared enough to recall it later. Women don't typically do this for just anyone, so take it as a good sign. Number five, she mirrors your movements. Mirroring is a subconscious way that humans show connection and comfort. So, if a woman starts mimicking your body language, your posture, your gestures, it often means that she feels in sync with you. For example, if you take a sip of your drink, she might do the same a few seconds later. If you lean in while talking, she may unconsciously mirror that movement too. This kind of behavior isn't something that most people do intentionally. It's a natural psychological response to feeling connected with someone. I actually even find myself doing this with my husband. And because I've done videos talking about it, I'm aware that I do it, but usually not until after I've already done it. And it's always a little bit funny when I realize that I'm doing it. So even I do it. So the next time you're talking to a woman you think might be interested, pay attention to whether she subtly mirrors your actions. If she does, it is a strong indicator that she's engaged and feeling a connection there. Number six, she makes an effort to stay in the conversation. Women who are attracted to a man will often put in effort to keep the conversation going. If she's asking follow-up questions, responding with enthusiasm, and finding ways to extend the interaction, it's a strong sign that she enjoys talking to you. Now, on the flip side, if she's giving you incredibly short answers, whether this be in person or over text, if she's avoiding eye contact with you completely, or if she's letting awkward silences drag on, she might not be that interested. A woman who is into you will rarely let the conversation die. She will naturally try to keep things flowing because she wants to spend more time engaging with you, unless, as I mentioned earlier, she's incredibly nervous. But if you notice that she's lingering in the conversation, even when there's no real reason to, where she doesn't have to, that's a great sign that she's enjoying your company and wants to keep the interaction going. Number 7, she compliments you. Women rarely compliment men that they are not interested in, at least in a meaningful way. If she's giving you compliments that go beyond just her being polite, I think it's a strong indicator that she's attracted to you. Instead of generic compliments like nice shirt, she might say something more personal like you have a great voice or I love your style. Sometimes these compliments even come in the form of playful teasing, where she might poke fun at you in a way that feels flirty rather than mean-spirited. If she goes out of her way to highlight something unique about you, she's paying close attention, which is a strong sign of interest. Next, number 8. She finds ways to touch you, even subtly. Physical touch is one of the most instinctive ways that humans build a connection. And for women, it can be a strong sign of attraction, especially if she isn't naturally touchy with everybody. When a woman is drawn to a man, she may find subtle, seemingly casual ways to make physical contact, like lightly touching your arm during a conversation, brushing against you when walking, or playfully nudging you. This behavior is often subconscious and rooted in biology. Research suggests that when we're attracted to someone, our bodies release dopamine and oxytocin, neurochemicals that drive bonding and increase our desire for closeness. So, pay attention to her overall behavior to get a clearer read on her feelings. Women may not always come right out and say that they're attracted to someone, but their actions often speak louder than words. If you notice several of these behaviors happening around you, there's a good chance that she finds you attractive. Now, of course, I have to mention, every woman is different. So these signs aren't necessarily foolproof. But if you're seeing multiple indicators, I think it's worth considering that she might be interested or finds you attractive. So let me know down in the comments. Have you ever noticed any of these signs before? I would love to hear your experiences if you're open to sharing. If you liked this video or found it helpful, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to be in the loop for when I release new content. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me over on Instagram at Courtney Christine Ryan. I love connecting with all of you guys over on there as well. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time.